Hey guys, so different camera, as you can see, much clearer now. And no, I did not make that. If anybody wants to ask, I think the owner of this house got that in Costa Rica. All right, guys, so I want to show you, I'm going to be using the same materials as some of you. I already got my paper wet, so I'm going to have to get another paper. All I'm using is a white piece of printer paper. I did print out my image, but you can do this by looking at your image through your laptop or through your phone. I'm using a ruler, but you guys can use a straight paper or a side of a notebook. And I'm actually not using our pencils that I gave out to some of you guys when you went to pick them up. Instead, I'm going to just be using regular pencils, an eraser, and a sharpener. So all in all, I have one ruler, one eraser, I have pencils, a blank piece of paper, and my printed paper. So what's that? Six different materials. So I'm gonna go change this piece of paper for a fresh one since I got it wet. Got it from the printer and now I can't put the printer back together. Yay. Okay, so again, I'm gonna grab my white piece of paper. For my image, I had 11 rows and 8 columns, so I'm going to draw that out before I get into drawing anything else. So if you've already done this, you can skip forward in the video, or you could just watch and see how I did it to make sure that you did it correctly. All right, guys, so I have my piece of paper and my ruler, and like I said, a regular piece of paper is 8 inches by 11.5 inches. So I'm just gonna grab my ruler, put it across, and it's actually 8.5 inches, so I've been wrong this whole time. So since it's 8.5 inches, I'm gonna compensate, and I'm going to leave 1/2 inch on both sides. Yep, I'm gonna leave 1/2 inch on both sides to be just the edge. And then I'm gonna go every inch and make a little line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I have 8 little dots on the top of my paper. As you can see, I had to leave 1/2 inch out on both sides because it's actually 8.5 inches. And I'm gonna go the long ways and see how long my paper is. So my paper is actually 11 inches, so I was right on that end. I'm gonna go on every inch and make a little line. Or a little dot, whatever you'd like. There we go. So now I've got little dots across the side and the bottom or top, whichever direction you're looking at. And I'm just going to take my ruler, place it where that dot is, and make a line across my paper. Just a straight line. And I'm gonna do that for every single dot. It doesn't need to be 100% accurate, just put it in there, make sure it's not too crooked. So I do my regular lines and then my outside lines, and I might cut those out or just leave them in. I haven't decided. And now we're going the other way. Again, doesn't have to be perfect. Just making a line across, making sure you look like little squares rather than rectangles. So Now we have all of these little boxes that we're going to be using as guides. And let me just show you both together. Here's a picture and here's the guide. Wow, they almost look the same size because I printed it out on a similar size piece of paper. This one has a little bit of a border. This one just has my two little borders on the sides that I'll probably get rid of later. Okay, so now what we're going to be focusing on is drawing the outline of the bigger shapes in this drawing or in this picture. So there are multiple ways you can do this. If you're not going to get confused, you can just be like, okay, Sebastian's hair starts at that top row on the 4th column. Okay, so I'm going to go to the top row. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll be like, okay, well, the rough shape is like this on the top row. Just make that little thing. Or if you think you're going to get confused, you can actually write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we could do the same thing over here. We could do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. Okay, so now we have it labeled. You don't have to do this. This is if you think you're going to get confused. 1 through 8, A through K. So I would do the same thing on this image. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. All right, so now instead of going, oh, it's the 4th column, whatever, I could be like, okay, the line of this chair starts off at A2, and we're just making a straight line from A2 all the way to the corner of D2. So I'm going to go back to my paper, and I'm going to go, okay, it starts off at A2. I'm going to make a, like a little dot where I think it starts, and it goes all the way down to D2, to the corner of it. So I'm going to find D2, and it goes to like the corner. So I could either use my ruler or I could just hold my pencil away from the tip so I have a lot more movement and draw a line. Hey, look, I already have one of the bigger lines. So I'm going to keep on doing this, and I will come back once I am done to give you guys the next steps. Not really. Okay, so guys, that took me 16 minutes to draw the outline. I have the outline of Sebastian here. And this really helped me to put the lines where they're supposed to be. I didn't start on details. The shirt has letters on it. I'm not going to draw the letters. So that's way too difficult. You are not required to draw letters if your drawing has them. I can see that I'm missing the handle right here. So I'm going to draw that really quickly. Oh, I kind of drew it. Guys, this is a great thing about drawing. You forget what shapes are what, and that's exactly what I want you to do. I want you to forget what shapes are meant to be what. You're just drawing shapes. There we go. Really quickly filled that in. Now I have it. And now what I want you guys to do is to erase the construction lines. So erase that grid that we put on. I know. And then once you've erased your grid, make sure you don't erase any lines that you need. Once you've erased your grid, come back. All right, guys, so I erased most of my construction lines. Some are still there. I accidentally erased out some of my drawing lines, and I was just filling them in as I went. As you can see, I have a lot of eraser on this surface from erasing. And then the final step that you guys are going to do today is you're going to grab your pencil. Make sure, I want y'all to see my face when I say this. Make sure that you did not just sharpen your pencil. If you did just sharpen your pencil, grab any surface and just draw on it for a little bit so that very sharp end can go away, so we don't make a very dark line by accident. And what you're going to be doing is you're going to grab your paper and you're going to very lightly with the same motion, with the same how do I say this, with the same strength, with the same, meaning like you're not going to start off by putting your pencil down softly and then doing it harder. No, we're going to keep the same motion, the same tension on our pencil as we draw over our entire pencil. Look how I'm holding my pencil. Holding it from the end, holding it lightly, very, very lightly, and using big, big strokes to just fill up my entire paper with some value. Not a single piece of your paper should be white, okay? Back and forth, the whole paper. There we go. I don't want you going over like this again, because then you're going to start making it darker. As you can see, my paper is just a little bit shaded now. It's not perfect. And this is what I want you guys to submit to me today. Your line art, erase your grid, and then shade it in, okay? All right, guys, I hope you have an awesome day. I'm sorry for the long video. If you want to see the process of me drawing, speed it up a little bit, I am going to post that just so you guys can see. It took me 16 minutes to draw the outline and 4 minutes to erase the grid, and then like a minute to shade it in. So that's what, 21 minutes in total. If you guys are taking a little longer, that's okay, but please don't take less than 20 minutes in completing this. All right, I hope y'all have a good day. Remember, we have Monday off, and I will see you on Tuesday. Bye.